Okay, I guess we'll get started then. Hey everyone, thanks for joining the call. Just again, this is Tomo from the core team. If you guys having some network trouble, so the rest of the team will just cover the slides today. So March was an interesting month. Just a lot going on as always. So why don't we just dig into the slides? So there hasn't been much change. There's been more PAL coming into circulating supply, and we don't have the data here, but a little activity on like lockers and stakers. Other than that, there's been a lot of discussion recently around like Warlord and how that's going to relate to HPAL lockers. If you've been keeping up with that in the forums, do just keep posted on that. There's going to be some more updates as well as we, you know, receive feedback and also adjust like how we should go ahead with Warlord bootstrapping. So just keep your eyes on that. Next slide, please. Thank you. And yeah, it was another good month for the DAO. We made overall about 36,000 from the POL strategy. As you can see, that's a breakdown of assets, which again, we're starting to kind of maybe prepare for distributions for Warlord and also just normal accumulation that we've kind of been focusing on over the last few months. Next slide, please. Thank you. So, what's next regarding the emissions and POL? We've been looking to a few options in terms of like diversifying the liquidity across different networks, especially on really current networks like Arbitrum and even Polygon. We think we could get some good support if we do deploy there, which would be nice. And we've also been, we've had the feedback for a while now that smaller traders want to play around with PAL, but it's just hard on mainnet. So this is another reason for us to kind of look at these options. And just some things that we have in our mind while we move forward on these things is how we could extend the current POL strategy to like Polygon or Arbitrum, and otherwise, just keep growing the benefits for the DAO. Other than that, I see there's a mention of Dullahan. I think we'll probably go talk about that a little later in the slide. Oh, you skipped the slide, sorry. Oh, no, yeah. The Warden one. Yep, there we go. Thank you. Koga, do you want to jump on this one?
Sure. Hi everyone. So on the set of Warden Boost, there's a bit of activity on those markets, which is really interesting for us, allowing us to find more data on pricing, the best pricing for Boost, and how borrowers could use that and for what use they are renting Boost. So the most active one right now is the VSDT market. As of today, there is 1 point. Sorry. There is 1.2 million VSDT that are managed by that market, and more than half of it is currently available for people willing to take VSDT boosts. The average VSDT yield for sellers is around 29%, and from current activity, buyers buy pretty much all of the boosts that are around a good 20% APR. So this activity that keeps going on, and we are also still looking into a new way to work around Boost and proposing other ways to run Boost or receive boosting power for DAOs, protocols, or even just simple user that needs it. So we have something in the works that we'll be able to present in a few months when it's more down the line, called Pledge. But in the meantime, we're still running tight analytics on the Warden Boost market, and especially this one, the SDT one, which has we just said, a nice activity. And I think we can go to the next. Yeah. The other side of Warden, there is Quest, which has also quite a good opportunities for V token holders, especially on the balancer side. So for V bar, VR Aura, and V T2 or T2 bar, you get few quests that might bring some nice APR and your favorite either governance token from Liquidity Threshold or some USDC from the brand new partner that just created the first quest, which is Morpho. And on the curve and convex side, still running with Threshold, which we love to see as our partners, and love to see their quest getting a lot of completion and love from you guys. And also Synthetics, who has been trying out the quest solution and shows some nice results. And if you guys want some nice APR on your vote incentives, the Synergy quests still have some space left for you to join in and secure those nice rewards. And as we were just talking about VL, CVX, and VR Aura and Tetsuba, the delegation address ran by Paladin had a really nice performance this month, where we overperformed, especially on the VL Aura side, other delegation addresses. So if you guys have some VR Aura and VR CVX locked on your own and don't want the hurdle of voting each round and managing and finding out what's the best deal, you can go to the quest page and delegate those VR Aura and VR CVX to the Paladin address, and we'll find the best incentives to vote on Quest and on other platforms, and bring you the best APR on your vote lock tokens. As Tomo was saying a bit earlier, yes, Dulan, which is, for those not aware, the new iteration of Pound Stake AV, so Vault, allowing you to deposit Stake AV. It was a compounder reward, and from the new GHO release that Avim should bring soon, try to also leverage the power that Stake AV will have in this GHO market to bring some more yield for passive Stake AV holders. On updates on that side, so we're still running all of the tests, making sure everything works fine. The code is currently being audited, so once everything is fine, working all as we expect, and the audit return and is concluded, we'll be able to present it more thoroughly to you guys and present all of the nice features we added into LAN compared to Pound Stake AV. So keep an eye out on the forums and on the Keep to see an article explaining what's to LAN and how it works.
Hey, sorry, just a quick thing. I think very soon we can we'll be able to release like some more info on it. Maybe not everything, but yeah, very soon we'll have like a brief introduction to Dulan, so everyone can be more familiar with it. Okay, yeah, I can go over these. So a lot has been happening in governance, especially related to the Paladin Association, which is the legal wrapper for the DAO. It's been a big milestone, and a lot of things are basically underway. For anyone who's been keeping up to date with that, there's still an election for the co-presidents and the treasurer. These are open to anybody who's interested in participating. There's a few eligibility criteria, but otherwise if you are interested, feel free to reach out to anyone on the core team or to kind of just discuss it on the forums. Other than that, there's been a lot of discussion around Warlord. Mithras Labs is seeking to introduce Warlord to the Paladin protocol, and besides that, there's the related aspect of how the DAO wants to manage its treasury. The Warlord, as a product, is open to other like external actors in DeFi, but it is also a huge. It could be a huge benefit to the DAO and how we manage some of our strategies. So, if you're interested in that, and if you have feedback, now is a very now's a good time to kind of contribute. And I don't know if I missed anything. I think we're also working on some retroactive grants. And yeah. Okay, so Warlord is a huge topic, and we're really excited for it. I don't know. Well, so what we have here is what was originally an initial proposal for bootstrapping War to HPAL lockers. So as you can see, we want to distribute. The initial idea was to take a certain amount of the treasury and mint War with this. Well, the particular assets or convex, and then distribute that over 6 months to HPAL lockers. And DD has made a lot of great suggestions as well. So I think the idea is evolving at the moment. So basically, the idea there is to postpone distribution until the DAO accumulates a certain threshold of treasury. And other than that, there's another idea that's been posted recently about escrowed War. So the idea there would do kind of compromise between how the war is distributed, and that basically would distribute escrowed War to HPAL lockers who could not redeem the war until the vesting is approved by the DAO. But in the meantime, as they hold escrowed War, they can enjoy the yield, that's generated by Warlord. And then that it can also be managed as a like a fee ratio, where some of the fees can go back to the DAO, just to manage some of the debts that we're currently managing. So there's a lot more details in the forums. So if you're interested, please take a look and share your thoughts and feedback. Next slide,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go to the next slide. Like that's a quick.
Sorry.
Come on. Yeah, a quick diagram of what's the ESWAR proposition we have on Warlord distribution. You'll find it too in the forum with the little text explaining the why and how it works. But as Thomas said, yeah, basically it's trying to find a good balance between the idea of distributing yield from Warlord and into two HPAL lockers to bring more utility to HPAL lockers and base that on the state of the lock. So the longer they are locked and aligned with the DAO, the more rewards they should receive, and also keep that strategy of accumulating strategic assets and stablecoin into the treasury to fit the current needs of the DAO and also prepare for future needs in the coming years. So we've been working on that escrowed War ID, and as we just said, it's been posted at the same time as we wanted to present it to you guys today. We are welcome to feedback. All of those ideas between a split between a DAO accumulation and distribution are not fixed. We just want to keep the ball rolling with the ideas to find the best solution for the DAO and find something all participants are happy with, and that could also bring the most strength into our strategies. So both on the treasury side, but also on the tokenomics, because we don't want to forget the all of you that logged HPAL and are aligned with and trust the protocol. So yeah, just if you have thoughts on it, jump in the forum, and if you guys have questions, just hang in there until the end and the AMA session so we can discuss about it and bring a few more infos if some points are not clear yet. But yeah, I'll let you go on to the next one, Stan.
So these are basically the key focuses that we're going to be looking at the next few months is to basically accelerate all the growth that we're seeing on Quest, which is worth mentioning that like all the metrics are basically at all-time highs. Like we've had more clients, more incentives, and more fees than we've ever had through Quest. So we just want to continue iterating and adapting Quest to like the best vote incentives platform out here. Other than that, we mentioned Pledge for the Warden Boost market. That's going to be, I think, a powerful addition to that, and it'll help us create another vertical that'll basically support the DAO in revenue. Other than that, we're really excited for Deland. That's going to be, I think, a big addition to our partnership. Well, not exactly a partnership with Aave, but basically we'd like to work closely with the Aave ecosystem. So it's going to be a great approach to that. And other than that, we're going to focus on releasing Warlord, which is going to be a huge synergy with Quest and also a nice kind of integration with like our tokenomics at the moment through HPAL lockers. So a lot of all a little bit different, but we think they're kind of fitting together and creating more value overall. Did I miss anything, Kola?
No, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all of the everything we're cooking are soon to release in the coming month. So yeah, keep an eye out and check every time on the forum. It's the first place where we post any updates and anything that is new or ready to be released or ready to be discussed about release. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, since the slide was there, if you participate, we took a snapshot of who was in the call and you receive a POAP for this one. Sunny will handle this, so if you don't have your GM open, he will try to contact you and bring you that really nice POAP our team did.
Yeah, it was actually a little tease of Warlord.
Mm-hmm.
We can start with the MA. If you have any question, feel free to speak or to write it in the community call chat.
For the UX of Paladin, depending on which product, we're always trying to work and optimize the experience for you guys, trying to make everything run smoother. So if you have any issues or things you feel as pain points when using Paladin, you're welcome to come into the support or IdeaBox channels and point out those issues, and we'll try to answer the best we can and do the changes to make that better for you guys. On articles, plan on explaining the Warlord and the, so as we answered in the forum, we are still trying to finish the technical implementation and writing all the tests to make sure everything works just the way we want, especially with the new Scroll War piece we want to add. Once all of that is ready, we'll write maybe not the article, but some documentation explaining the different parts and processes of Warlord, so you guys have a better idea. And yeah, in the meantime, in the forum, I try to explain all of what's currently explainable, and yeah, we want to bring that as soon as we can. We're just making sure everything works fine before going explaining things in a way and having to revert to another method in a couple of weeks, which would make all of this explanation invalid. On the DAO revenue from last month, well, there is two revenue streams right now. There's the POR strategies, so both on the curve pool and the balancer pool, which are both staked into Convex and Aura, allowing to farm those strategic assets using the quest the DAO creates. So we distribute power via quest to voters, and in exchange DAO has revenue from Aura, Bar, CX, CRV, and a few other sources. And the other revenue stream is the fees we take from quest creation from our clients. So yeah, as Fig answered, it's 2080 split right now. It's slightly going more into growing the revenue, like the quest fees are growing month over month, taking a bigger part of the revenue stream from POL. On external users for Warlord, other DAOs are just small users. I think both actually, and even like not even DAOs, but maybe some I don't know, other not protocol, but maybe funds or big structures that want to be exposed to all of the yield streams from the VR tokens. You get like the basic VR yield, but you have also all of the private market that might be more of a hustle to handle, because some might not want the exposure of locking the token themselves, voting or farming those. So we thought Warlord as a way to combine yield from VRCVX and VR Aura and bring it as a whole. So for small holders that want those yield to be able to compound it to get more CVX and Aura and get a better yield and receive the bribe revenues into one token, but also from bigger clients that might be protocols or others that just want a global exposure via one token instead of managing different positions. And as we explain in the forums, one interesting Warlord, like right now it's focusing on VRCVX and VR Aura because that's the two VR tokens that show a good bribing market or incentive market and some good yield from the base of how they work. But there's other VR token in the works or that were released other DeFi products, so we keep a close eye on that. And Warlord is made in a way where if a new VR token is interesting enough to be added to the basket and have their own auto compounding and bring the revenue stream into Warlord, they can be added. So if in the future other VR tokenomics show up and have the same success as VRCVX and VR or have, we can discuss in the forums and take the decision to add them into Warlord and bring that new revenue stream into Warlord. I'm thinking I'd rather delegate VR to the part of other than Mint War. Yeah, because in that case, like if you just want to keep being exposed to only the VR Aura side of the incentives market, it's interesting, but Warlord allows you to get an aggregate of revenue between VRCVX and VR Aura. So if one of the two markets has better return for a round, or is like there's a bit more activity on the incentive market, or even like the base protocol brings more fees or is stronger than the other one, Warlord allows to balance between the two and like be exposed to both at the same time and not only like delegating your VR aura and managing the position yourself. You don't have to relock for it. You don't have to claim the aura and manage your multiple locks at the same time. Your wallet will take all of that for you, and you'll just have to hold the war tokens, take it to receive the yield, and that's it. On the redeem, yeah. Well, redeem doesn't mean you, even if you bring aura, you can also just redeem purely on the aura side and go out with just aura tokens. It works in a way where when you will be redeeming war, you decide the weights of CVX and aura you want for your war token, and it can be like 100% aura. It might just take a bit more time to go through the redeem queue and receive only aura than if you choose to receive both. So basically, you can just come with aura tokens, get minted war, and be exposed to both, and decide to go out just with aura at the end. You mean that aura is the most usable token? Everyone else said it might want to. Yeah, in those scenarios, the redeem queue for aura might be longer. It might take some more time to get your aura out. But yeah, in those scenarios, redeeming CVX instead of aura when everybody wants to redeem aura makes it faster for you and getting out of the position. But in the same fashion, that might allow you, if you come with aura, to redeem outside with CVX and be faster, and you have some kind of arbitrage on the minting and redeeming via those mechanisms. So yeah, as you just said, yeah, there's a few discussions to have around those, and we try to explain it right in the forum. We'll try to explain more when we have more technical implementation to present to you guys, so you have a better idea of the different mechanisms we put in place. But yeah, there's a few different scenarios depending on each user preferences and what they expect out of that system.
So yeah, looks like if anyone's interested in that discussion about redeeming and warlord mechanics, we'll continue to have these discussions.
This the last one on why the boost market doesn't seem to pick up for VCRV. Well, on the VCRV boost ecosystem right now, there's one thing to take into account is you have a big player being Convex, holding a big part of the boost, but you can see that there's good. Well, actually, the boost market is active, but not in the pure sense of delegating the boost and receiving it. You can see Yearn taking advantage of that because of the VCRV they're holding. And they saw that beside the big boost amount that Convex have, if they use their own VCRV up to given extent of the gauge liquidity. So, for example, if you hold 5% of VCRV boosting power and you hold 5% of the gauge, you get like the max boost on your position. So that's what they're doing right now, and it's more an indirect for all the smaller VCRV holders because they're not getting any returns on that. But that's those type of VSO we're trying to show and trying to demonstrate to people trying to wanting to have more boosts and a better position. And as Fig is, yeah, we have some solution we want to try. It's just more like further down the line when we'll have a way more interesting tools around that boost ecosystem. But yeah, for example, as explained and as Dwidus just pointed out, yeah, like if Convex Pool right now are not max boosted, but it's because they hold 100% of the gauge without 100% of the VCRV. So if you are a small part, you own a small part of the liquidity of the pool, so 1%, and you want to max farm on your own, like right now, renting some boosting power on your own and just farming with that will make you farming in a with a way bigger boost than Convex can propose right now. The upside is not having the CVX run on top of it, but increase of almost from 1.7 to 0.5 multiplier on the CRV will offset that by a lot. So it's just like different scenarios depending on what the users or the DAO wants to do with their own PR strategies, which is also what we tried to do in the beginning when splitting between convex and pure farming with our own POL. That allowed us to try out some different strategies and some different scenarios to check out how the boost market and the boost ecosystem behaves. And when we'll be able to provide other tools and solutions, we'll come back to that and present some interesting findings. If you guys don't have any more questions around what we talked about today, I think we can wrap it up for this community call, and we hope to see you guys to the next one, which is Sunny will be able to tell us when it should be. And in meantime, do not hesitate to jump into the forum to give any ideas or feedback around what we discussed today about ES wallet distribution, and how we should handle that product. If you have any other questions, do not hesitate to jump in. And in the meantime, we'll keep working hard and prepare everything we want to release and to build. And I hope to see you guys next month.